Welcome back to the PlayVS Spring 2023 High School Championship. Ran into a few connection issues off the bat, but we are back with some Smash Bros. Ultimate action. I'm Mason or Locus again, and I'm here with
Gavin or Rune, whatever you want to call me. Just call me.
Perfect. All right, so I'll just quickly go over the format again as we're getting into lobby here. We're going to be seeing a best of 3 between these two teams. Both teams have 3 players. And each of those best of 3 matches is going to be a 1v1 between 2 players where they're going to play a best of 5. You can kind of think of it like a tennis match. You have games, and then you get sets, and then you have to win a certain amount of sets to win. In this case, first team to 2 set wins.
Exactly. Here again, we're starting off with the Lucina and the Donkey Kong. Great start by Lucina, getting a lot of percentage in, and like we said earlier, trying to keep the Donkey Kong off stage. Recovery option smart to that great and getting back on. Just a lot of pressure here right off the start.
Yeah, you can see Lucina doing a great job of controlling that inner triangle that you have on this tri-platform stage. You really want to try and hold inside that area because it makes it a lot harder for your opponent to take any action. It just limits the type of options that they have.
And DK all this time has been charging up a punch. You see that gleam in his eye, and he's going to be looking for it. At 71, will definitely KO here, but misses it off the wrong side, so we'll have to find another way to try to secure this stock.
Yeah, but managing to stay alive, does get a berry here, and charges that up smash, catches Lucina coming out of that berry, and takes that first stock.
162, quite a high percent. Oh, a very unfortunate stock there. But still a lot of game to be played. 162 should be able to pick up the stock relatively quick here.
Almost gets the spike there too, but is not going to be able to get that one. It's just a hard thing sometimes with these heavy characters. You might be able to get them to a high percent quickly, but it's hard to kill them.
You see the first one going on the board there for Hawks Platinum, so hopefully they can get another quick stock here and make it 1-1 to wrap it up, but there's a lot of pressure from Donkey Kong.
Absolutely. That F smash not quite connecting. Even when he's taking those higher risk options, you're not able to get a whole lot against this DK. You get 20-30% maybe. And he still is going to be living towards, 120, 130. So definitely risk reward in the favor of Donkey Kong here.
For sure. Really good recovery there, though, to get some damage on the Donkey Kong while coming back up for a bit of a safer recovery option. And now has the control of the stage, good spot dodge to avoid the grab, and racking up a nice bit of percentage here.
Yeah, a lot of these shield breakers too. Oh, great tech. Oh, but the up B, yeah. It's hard to be ready for, the up Bs after the tech situation. There's a really, really good presence of mind to get that first tech. But yeah, first game going to go to our Lucina here.
To the DK there.
Oh, sorry, yeah. All good. Yeah, first game going to the DK. We'll have to see whether we get any character swaps or whether both these players will be sticking with the same characters. We do have a best of 5, so lots of time to really feel out your opponent, and try out a few different characters if you have them.
Yeah, we'll definitely see if we go to a different stage as well.
Yep.
I don't think Battlefield's a bad option for Lucina there, but we'll see where we get taken and what little intricacies will be added with that.
Yeah, I think Battlefield's okay for both of them. It's a good stage to start on. You want something where you're going to be able to actually send DK out far and get out there before he recovers.
Yeah.
Kind of like meet him before he gets to the side of the stage.
For sure.
So maybe something with bigger side blast zones.
Okay.
And you don't want to have narrow side blast zones either, because then DK can just carry you right out there, throw you right into the blast zone. So Battlefield's actually a good stage for that. Smashville would be good as well. So a couple ones to think about there for the Lucina player. But yeah, we'll have to see how both of these players adapt moving forward.
Yeah, I think both of them played really, really well. That unfortunate SD kind of just put Lucina on the back foot right after that second stock. But I think if you replay that game a lot of times, that won't happen, and it'll look really different.
Absolutely, yeah. And it's kind of getting used to, online connection as well as, the pressure of playing in something like this could lead to those inputs just being a little bit behind. It's tough. So super reasonable for that to happen in a situation like this. It happened to the Donkey Kong too.
It did. Yeah. 100%.
That's how that first stock got taken. So definitely a high pressure situation. And that's part of what competing in this game is, each split second really matters in a game like Smash. So that pressure is really, really high. We'll have to see how they handle it throughout the set.
Yeah. A big part of it definitely is just setting the tempo for the game and just kind of forcing your opponent into playing the way you want to play.
Right.
So we see the same characters here, and we're taking it to small battlefield.
Yeah.
I believe.
Yep. I don't mind this either. Not the large, or not the small side blast zones that we were mentioning. So this is good for Lucina. Oh, no jump there. Okay, it's going to make it back on stage.
Yeah. So a pretty strong start here from DK. But still a low enough percent on Lucina's side that you got a lot to play with. You shouldn't be seeing a KO unless a big smash attack comes forward. But we're doing all right so far, getting back onto the stage and just trying to find their footing back closer to center stage.
Yeah, going for the edge guard there does not get it on DK. GQ3 here is going out pretty deep for these edge guards, and this one does pay off. Yeah, following that directional air dodge, and is going to get that KO for it. It's a little bit scary to go out that far as DK, but when you're confident, it'll pay off.
Yeah, confidence is another huge thing to have. Just knowing your ability and knowing what you can do, and playing for that. You definitely want to play as you normally would. So having that confidence in yourself is huge in that, which both players seem to be demonstrating quite well.
Yeah, ooh, good parry there. Into the up tilt, kind of sharking around below. Trying to find something here. Sigma here is doing a good job of finding that percent, but yet again, it's how do you find this kill on the Donkey Kong? Lucina doesn't have any guaranteed kill setups, so you do really have to find an edge guard or something like that, and it's just not really coming. Oh, very close there.
Yeah, good recovery by DK. Getting out and starting the recovery before the Lucina can even get an attack out, so safely back on the stage. Lucina giving a little bit of space. There we go. Getting that first stock there. Getting on the board and seeing what else can happen.
Yeah, these dash attacks paying off so well for DK. That long kind of lingering, roll, really hard to deal with.
Ooh, really low on the shield there.
Yeah.
Gotta be careful about that for the next little bit while it recovers.
All right, a couple more aerials, putting DK off stage. Ooh, good reversal there. Oh, and just kind of slipped off the stage there.
Yeah, just like you said, that those chases from DK, it's dangerous if you aren't connecting there. Good answer right back. But yeah, if you're not connecting there, you're going to be really low on the stage, and your vertical recovery just is not there.
Yeah, he has that wind up B to actually get back to stage horizontally. But yeah, as you mentioned, oh my goodness, and just the back airs over and over. Yeah.
Wow.
At those certain percents, those just line up. You just get one after the other. And it's scary because you don't want to hold away and potentially send yourself right into the blast zone. But if you don't hold away and you're holding in, then you just get to
you're
the
back into the next one, yeah.
So, yeah, it's a tough situation to deal with for sure.
Yeah, dangerous kicks there. Putting them up 2-0 in this best of 5, this little set. What do you think? What does Lucina have to change?
So
it's on match point now. High pressure. What's got to switch up here?
Yeah, a couple of things that I've noticed just off the bat. Lucina's been doing a lot of jumping as soon as she gets hit by something, and then getting her jump caught, and then suddenly she's in disadvantage and doesn't have a jump. And that's a situation that's really rough because then if you want to move at all, you're using your Lucina up B, which is just such a commitment. So trying to find ways out of combo situations that aren't just jumping immediately. And then besides that, I kind of mentioned it, finding these kills.
Yeah.
It's tough for sure playing against a character like DK, but you got to find an edge guard, you got to find a smash attack somehow, and be able to seal these stocks just a little bit earlier because when DK's living to 150 and getting these, big rage combos, like it's a lot to deal with.
Yeah, it feels a lot harder when you're getting knocked out at 90, 100, and you have to chase up to 150, 160 to get yours.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think those are probably the two biggest things. But it was a lot closer that game for sure. I one unfortunate SD from DK as well. Just a weird kind of like edge slip thing, which
it happens.
It happens.
You
so we'll
take
have to see how we go into game 3 here. Cloud, I like this a lot.
Yeah, I like a character change here for sure. Change up the pace of the game, and you get some nice range from Cloud as well.
Yep.
Yeah, I think this is a really good switch.
And if we're thinking about like how you're going to find that kill, definitely has the same tools as Lucina to find these kills, these edge guards with the back airs, spike with the forward air, that sort of thing. But then also just has these limit moves that you can kind of pull out there and use as just your tool to get those stocks. So I like this a lot.
For sure, really good change. And you already see it paying off 76% right off the start. And just changing how things are going right at the beginning here. So we'll see if that keeps up as the limit gets charged. We'll see what option is used with it, and if it'll be able to secure KO.
Yeah, and in this game, not like last ones, you do have to use that limit or else it'll just disappear. So timer was coming up. May as well throw an option out there, just see if it connects. See how this recovery goes. And yeah, the Nair from Donkey Kong just puts Cloud in a position where it has to use an up B out that far and just doesn't get back.
A lot of coverage off the stage there from the DK. Didn't really have a way to get back, so you can't blame him there.
Yeah. Right, back air there. It doesn't react to that up B. Does have a lot of lag on it, but yeah, if your opponent's already committed to something, sometimes going on stage and just landing on it is a good way to get out of that dangerous situation.
It gets charged up again, and there we go. Good first stock taken by Hawks Platinum, trying to keep Polar's Ultimate from getting a 3-0 in this first set.
Yeah, that up B on Battlefield as well is so nice. A lot of the times it's kind of risky to go for that up B out of shield, but you can land right on top of that top platform or onto the side platforms, and sometimes that keeps it a lot more safe.
Yeah, you got a little early out there on the trying to read a roll, getting back up from the stage, but still has DK on the side and has the advantage of the center of the stage. Recovering back on, almost there by DK, but Cloud sticks in.
Yeah, surviving really well in this game though. Getting up to 144 here on the Cloud. Good string here. Okay, off stage. How do we punish? Hey, respecting. Not wanting to take too many big risks here.
Oh, and I think when you're at this disadvantaged state of being down two games to none, playing safe it just comes naturally. DK with the back throw there, just dangerous, and taking Cloud down to one stock for Hawks Plat.
Oh, I get an accidental taunt there. Sometimes it happens. That unfortunately doesn't actually charge your limit, although it might look like it. See though. Oh, that was really nice. Getting under that punch. That was a great way to take that stock.
And totally in it on this stock. Only at 42%. Already got 16 up on DK. And limit charged here could get some big percentage. Oh, rolling through just not far enough to get away from the ground pound.
And the up B is going to take it. Yeah, that move's so strong. Carries her right to the edge of the stage and then flings you off at the end. But I do think that Cloud pick, like you mentioned, did show a lot more confidence there.
Yeah.
It felt like it was a lot more, just going for those options, those up smashes. You know, got the blade beam kill as well on that first stock. So definitely a good showing from both teams here.
Yeah, I think Cloud was a great pick there for the third game, and unfortunate that we don't get to see a game 4 and a game 5 out of that. But we do still get to see more Smash today.
Absolutely.
Because that was just the first set of the best of 3 between these schools.
Yep.
So Who do you think we're gonna see next?
Oh, I don't know. There's
Just take
lots of
some
different
wild
characters
guesses, I
that.
know.
Oh man, I mean, there's lots of characters, and I'll tell you who I hope we see.
Okay.
I'd love to see a Kazuya.
Oh.
Kazuya has been kind of terrorizing the competitive meta lately. Character with some explosive combos. Just really fun to see. I like it a lot.
Very, very fun.
Do you have anybody that you'd like to see?
I think I don't know. I'd like to see probably. I was talking about earlier. I would like to see some Peach. I haven't seen some good Peach play in a long while.
Yep.
So I think that would be good to see. And maybe either Link or Toon Link.
Cool.
Yeah. Those are my picks for the day. We'll see if they come true.
Yeah, I'll be curious to see if we see any Steve players as well.
Ooh.
Character that's been a hot topic in a lot of the competitive scene.
Yes, getting a little controversial here, maybe.
Yeah, some of the scenes even taking the ban hammer to him.
Yeah.
So interesting character for sure. Breaks a lot of the rules of Smash.
Mm-hmm.
Being able to build all those platforms, minecart around.
Yeah.
A cool character though. Lots
Very,
of intricacies like, knowing what stages you're mining, what type of materials, how many materials you need to do each option from the character itself.
Mm-hmm.
So definitely a character that's fun to watch. Not so much fun to play against. Yeah.
But yeah, just like you said, just changes the rules of Smash.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's really cool. I think that's something they did fairly well with most of the DLC characters. Actually,
Yeah.
Is just bring something that the game didn't have before, and they weren't afraid to kind of like push the limits of it a bit.
Yeah. I think all the characters that they've added have been pretty faithful to their original games as well, which is hard. You're seeing everybody, like, you're seeing, I don't know, you even look at a character like Little Mac. It's like, how do you make a character like Little Mac, like a boxer, feel faithful in like an air fighter?
Yeah.
And like, certainly has the weakness of being awful in the air, but, feels like a boxer,
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. Smash does a great job of making you feel like you're playing the character that you're seeing.
Yeah.
So I love it for that. And it looks like we are just getting into set number 2 here, and we see some Byleth versus DDD. What do you think of this?
So Polar's ultimate going up 1 set already here. Got DDD versus Byleth. This is definitely an interesting matchup. You don't see a ton of DDD nowadays. Heavy character, has kind of gotten outpaced in a lot of the meta, but has some great tools still. That Gordo, big spike ball trap, makes it hard for people to come back on stage.
Yeah.
But Byleth definitely no slouch either.
No.
Having all these multi-hit moves, they're very strong. Big sword yet again, big whip sword. You have to be able to deal with large range when you're dealing with Byleth. So should be an interesting one.
We see quite a bit of percentage getting on the Byleth here. Has to recover onto the stage, goes with the spot dodge. The up tilt does not get there, but forward air does. So we'll see what they can do to try to get their first stock as an answer to Polar's Ultimate's DDD.
Yeah. Oh, we are charging up the Megawatt Hammer.
Oh,
yeah. Being able to turn it around, did about 50%. Isn't going to get the kill quite yet, but just about there.
There you see the Gordo, like you were talking about, just making it difficult to get back on the stage. But able to recover. Poked out again. We'll see what comes of the recovery back on stage.
Yeah, and DDD here also getting a lot of mileage out of this forward tilt. Lasts out there for a very long time. It's hard to kind of get around. And dash attack as well.
Just having such a hard time getting settled back on stage. Like, able to recover back to the stage, but then not able to put their foot in.
Yeah, it's tough. DDD's just putting out these long-lasting hitboxes and saying, hey, if you move forward into this, you're getting hit. And that's hard for a character like Byleth to deal with. Has these fast attacks that are long-ranged, but got to know how to place them. That's not easy against a large character like DDD.
No, not at all. on stage. Another Gordo coming out. Just the space that they're creating for the DDD just makes it so hard for Violet to get back.
Ooh.
And there's the first game for Polar's ultimate, going the way of the king.
Yeah.
DDD.
Yeah, definitely a character that's tough to get around in some of those situations. Like, you just have to deal with this spinning hammer. It's whether it's a forward tilt or whether it's an up air, he's twirling it around his head. Like, he just has so many of these good, long-lasting options.
Yeah, and there's some characters where even if you don't play against them a ton, you can still find ways to get in and get your game going.
Yeah.
But DDD is not one of those. If you haven't played against DDD a lot and you just don't know all the options, it's really tough to get in.
Yeah. Another thing about that matchup too is these Gordos. You know, you need a move that's just strong enough in order to actually be able to reflect them back and hit DDD. And one of Byleth's better tools is that Nair, which just has a whole bunch of really weak hits. Isn't actually strong enough to hit back that Gordo. So Byleth has to like use a forward tilt, forward air, like these slower moves to try and hit back a Gordo, which is risky because if you mistime it, then you're getting hit by a Gordo, you're getting hit by an aerial after, you're getting, put in a bad position. Just a tool that a lot of characters have good options to deal with, and Byleth is not really.
So we're just getting some character selects going on before we get into the second game of the second set here. I don't think any character changes need to come out yet. I think you can definitely see both players sticking on the same thing. But definitely some playstyle changes need to happen here for a different result to come in game two.
Yeah, looks like we did get a character swap here as we move into the second game. This is definitely a matchup that's a lot better. I'm taking a look over at the screen. We're going to be getting the Joker instead of the Byleth. Yeah. So a lot of Joker players end up playing Byleth as kind of a, MK Leo, one of the best players in the world, started as a Joker player, ends up playing Byleth as well. So definitely see it quite a bit. Definitely a lot faster.
Yes.
Definitely a little bit more explosive too with, when he has that Arsene. It's already feeling like he's having an easier time getting some of these openings.
Yeah, just a lot easier to get around the Gordo. You don't always have to hit through it. Sometimes you can just go around it. And Joker's speed definitely helps with that, as Arsene is already out halfway through. Fairly even here. Joker with a little more percent, but definitely a couple hits will even that out as we get the tick damage. Building up on King DDD.
It's another option too, the Rebels Guard. Oh, as we get the forward air to kill. The Rebels Guard from Joker is a great option to deal with the Gordo. Sometimes you don't even have to dodge it or get around it. You can just tank it with that counter and get Arsene a lot earlier.
As Arsene comes out for a second time here on Hawk's second stock. Hammer's getting charged. Okay, good shield on it. That was looking scary, but nothing there, and a counter to get some more damage and get closer to that first stock here.
It's funny too. We're seeing so far a full team of heavies from Polar's ultimate.
That's
true. The DDD and the DK. Good counter there. Gonna bring Arsene out probably another time this stock. Yep, here it comes. We'll be able to make it back to stage. Yes. But still in disadvantage. Oh, and the counter.
Way to use it. Yeah, DDD hasn't really been respecting these counters. It's still just been tossing out moves as the respect the counter gets respected. But yeah, a good read before that to just be able to use it if they're going to be aggressive as you're landing. Don't feel not being afraid to use that aggression against it.
Absolutely. The AHA there also reflecting the Gordo does just enough. You don't need a ton of damage to be able to knock that back, so projectile is going to do it. He's getting some percent here back with this Arsene, but probably has to get a stock with this because you're not going to get another Arsene after this one, most likely.
Yeah. See, as Arsene is just now fading away, and without Arsene, Joker's just kill options just aren't there as much, especially against a heavy like DDD, but just like that gets charged up. Oh, and the Gordo falls, but it's not over yet.
Oh, and gets the side B rather than the up B.
Close.
Yeah, sometimes that happens when you're looking for the up B and then immediately trying to hold right to go to the edge of the stage. Doesn't quite get there. But looked a lot better.
Yeah, a lot better showing there. I think the change was definitely worked out well. It didn't result in a win on that one, but definitely a good switch up to change the way. Didn't change the outcome, but changed the way it played.
Absolutely, yeah. Having the tools to deal with those Gordos was definitely nice. Was getting some counters, got a lot of Arsene time. Was able to get those Rebels guards to put himself in Arsene. So we'll have to see how Game 3 goes.
Yeah, agreed. I'm looking forward to it. I think with just a few more tweaks, I think they can definitely pick up Game 3.
Yep. We'll have to see. We are on the character select screen still, so we might be seeing, maybe if we're going the MK Leo path, you go Byleth, Joker, you throw in the Meta Knight on top of that.
Ooh, that would be something.
A little bit of inspiration there for sure.
Yeah, and I mean, then you'd be seeing some like Kirby versus Kirby.
In world, action. Yeah, that'd be awesome.
That would be something. But we don't know if that's where it'll go.
Yeah.
Not 100% sure yet. We'll have to see as we're getting into this Game 3. It's just a little more time is getting used by the players to decide what their next move is. As, again, I mean, we didn't talk about it, but this could be game, set, match, point.
Yeah, this could be the last game, because we've already got one set win for Polars. And we're on that potential last game here, so it is do or die. I respect the, taking some time to think things through.
Yeah.
What could I have done better? What do I need to do differently to actually take this next game? We'll see how this goes going into Game 3.
Yeah, and that's a huge thing, and a great show of gameplay from Hawks Platinum is realizing you need that to just be ready to play. There's no reason to go into a game if you're not set up and prepared for it. So I think, taking that time is a great way to increase their odds of winning this Game 3.
Yeah, and already it looks like there's a more both players actually playing a little bit slower, taking a little bit more time to find these openings, playing a bit more safe, which is good from both of them.
Yeah, Arsene is up on Hawk's side. Covering back to the stage, definitely would like to see... Oh,
yeah,
that was a dirty hammer.
That up air is so hard to DI too. It's so hard to tell which way it's going to send you.
Yeah.
And if you guess wrong, you're dying especially early, which is definitely what happened there.
But we'll see Arsene already 3/4 of the way charged up. So that'll be popping out real quick here. There he is. And again, just needing to find a way to get in when... Well, that is a Pokemon Stadium.
Yeah, the underside of that stage not being forgiving, and that up B from Joker also not being that forgiving. It doesn't slide you up the side of the stage like a lot of recoveries do.
No, that is either you hit it or you're done. And the hammer comes through a big swing.
That adaptation from Polars there, knowing that these counters are coming out, waiting for them to be there, and then, punishing with that hammer. It's so scary, too. You see him sitting there charging it, you're like, oh.
You don't want to get hit by it. You're doing everything you can to keep that hammer at bay, but just unfortunately not there today. We see Polars taking 2 sets.
Yep.
Back to back.
Absolutely. So shout outs to both teams. Well, shout outs to Hawks as well. It was a good showing from both teams here, but that is going to be Polars taking the high school championship here. Big shout outs to both the teams and, for everybody for, competing, and also a big shout outs to BCSS for, helping put this on, and to PlayVS, of course, for, putting on a great show.
Yeah. So that'll be all from us for Smash. But we'll be back in just a little bit with some Rocket League next.
Awesome.